passing drills, he looked like a natural, adjusting his body and making every catch. I was even told that some throws were scripted to make the big guy go up high, showing off that red zone potential that every quarterback loves. After that pro day, it's no surprise to see him get drafted here.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
While you wouldn't normally be surprised to see a quarterback winning the Heisman, it's his electric style of play on the field that makes him a little more intriguing versus previous Heisman-winning quarterbacks. He was one of the most exciting players to watch in all of college football, making plays with his arm and his feet. He learned to operate more in the pocket in the NFL, but I'm excited to see what this Heisman winner will do for his new team.
All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
He's the type of offensive lineman that doesn't get mentioned often by the commentators, but when they do, it's complimentary. He's a smart, big guy who knows how to play mistake-free at the line. In fact, he won a stretch of games this season in which he didn't allow a single sack. That's an impressive feat for any college offensive lineman, and it's no wonder to see a team take him. He's going to have to adjust to the larger size and strength of NFL defensive linemen, but I think his intangibles are stronger than any lineman in this class.
The Titans are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. Now that the Ravens have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
Matt Miller and a number of other scouts told me he was their favorite offensive lineman to watch at the All-Star game. Following a great senior year, he came into All-Star week looking like one of the better lineman prospects this year. And right from the start, the coaches challenged him using blitz packages and other stunts to see how he would react. He handled everything that was thrown at him and not once looked overwhelmed or gassed from the extra attention. Todd McShay tells me he looked like a dominant force on the line, keeping the quarterback clean and opening holes for the tailback to run through. He should be a great fit on this team's offensive line and possibly a day one starter.
All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
I've spoken with a few GMs to get a better feeling of where he was on their boards, and I was surprised to see there was no clear consensus. He's the first quarterback on some boards, while others place him towards the bottom. And if you look at his performance this season, you'll see why. He was up and down every game, never putting together a string of solid performances. Consistency is the concern here, and it looks like this team feels that with solid coaching and patience, he can start putting all the pieces together.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. Now that the Jets have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
The importance of a lockdown pass defender cannot be emphasized enough, and that's exactly what every GM I talked to described him as. His ability to play physical and to outwork his opposition off the line have also been areas of high praise on his journey to the draft. This skill set could be seen in numerous games this year where he completely shut down some of this draft's top-rated wide receivers. When you're tasked with neutralizing an opponent's number one wideout each week, there's a great deal of responsibility to ensure you're not just physically ready, but also mentally ready. This is another important trait the GMs I spoke with mentioned to me that made them so excited about this guy. The hope is that he will quickly learn the playbook, get some solid reps in the preseason, and come week one, be ready to play.
The Vikings are now on the clock. Hold on now. This pick is trading teams. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
At the combine, he finished toward the bottom in every drill among offensive linemen. A lot of scouts expected him to have a redeeming pro day, but that didn't happen either. In fact, he even tested worse in his bench press in 3 cone drills. In a class of linemen like this, I thought he would get lost and end up undrafted. But now that he's just been picked up, I'm curious to see where this team uses him this upcoming season.
So, Adam, what can you tell us about Walker?
His final season in school came to an end early when he was dismissed from the team after missing several practices. I wasn't able to find out why he couldn't attend the practices, but I do know that after his 3rd absence, the coach finally decided to bench him. He was on his way to having a decent year, but without him participating in practice, the coaches thought he would be a liability in the game plan going forward. After apologizing to his former teammates, I can see why this team is taking a chance on him. He seems recommitted, but we'll see if that's true come training camp.
The Patriots are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. Adam, tell us more about this lame guy.
Many draft experts speculated that the rigors of his college career were catching up with him and that his struggles were a result of playing through several nagging injuries and not an issue of talent drop-off. After some time off, he impressed with his raw numbers at the Combine, giving more than one GM confidence that his series of struggles was nothing to worry about. He'll likely be given the opportunity to challenge for the starting spot, making him someone to keep a close eye on throughout training camp and the preseason.
The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. Now on the clock.